Yes, our suggestion is an eyeball. All right? Okay. Woo. Oh, you know what? We've got
Scary.
Knights of the Realm. Huzzah!
So, 185 eyeballs walk into a bar with guns! And they hold up the bar. The bartender says, "We obviously can't serve you eyeballs here anymore." And the eyeballs say, "Good, because we would have bloodshot you."
185 eyeballs walking to the bar. Bartender says, "Hey, we don't serve eyeballs here." Eyeballs say, "Well, you better watch out because I've got you in my sights."
185 eyeballs walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve eyeballs here." The eyeballs say, "I see you. And I'm watching."
185 very intelligent eyeballs walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm sorry, we can't serve all you very intelligent eyeballs here." And they say, "Oh, come on, we're trying to teach the little ones how to drink. They're our pupils."
185 eyeballs walk into a bar. The bartender pulls out his gun and shoots them all. It's like, well, it looks like you all dilated.
185 scared eyeballs walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve scared eyeballs." The eyeballs say, "Maybe you have arachnophobia?"
185 eyeballs walk into the room. The bartender says, "We don't serve eyeballs here." And the eyeballs say, "Oh, google, woogle, woogle."
Can we get an occupation of some sort?
Gynecologist.
Oh, an innkeeper.
A zombie farmer.
A gravekeeper. Gravekeeper. 185 gravekeepers walk into a bar. And the bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve gravekeepers here." And the 185 gravekeepers, they say, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't worry, we didn't bring no bodies with us.
185 unarmed gravekeepers walking around. And the bartender says, "I'm sorry, this is a dry county, you're going to have to leave." And the gravekeepers are like, "All right, we'll just lantern out of here."
185 gravekeepers walk into a bar/pizzeria. The bartender says, "We don't serve gravekeepers here." The gravekeepers say, "Well, we just looking for a tombstone."
185 gravekeepers walk into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve gravekeepers here." He says, "How about this? What if I make you laugh?" All right, so there were 185 eyeballs who walked into a bar. And they all had guns. And they all had jackhammers. And, shit, I'm just digging myself a hole here.
185 grave diggers walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve grave diggers here." And the grave digger says, "Man, can you dig it? Because I can dig it."
Can we get, what's... You two, whispering in the back. I see you. What is something you're actually afraid of? Like when you see a movie and you're like, I hope this isn't in the movie.
Really big knives.
Really? Just really big knives? Really big knives. Or not?
185 really big knives run into a bar with guns. And the bartender says, "Guys, what's the point?"
Go I was gonna get a new one.
185 knives walk into a bar. Stop there. And the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve really big knives here. And the really big knives say, oh, really?
Okay, so 185 really big knives walk into a bar. The bartender is reading a really big book of mathematics. And the bartender says, excuse me, we don't serve really big knives here. And the knives say, you must be really sharp.
185 really big knives walk into a bar. The bartender says, hey, we don't serve really big knives here. So they ask, can we get some really big forks?
185 really big knives walk into a bar where there are 185 really hot chicks. And they're hanging out with the chicks for a while. And then all of a sudden they're like, bartender, this is our last drink because we're going home. And the bartender's like, you guys look like you're all gonna get played. Oh!
185 really big knives walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve really big knives here. And the really big knives say, well, we've got a bunch of really small knives and we're knife throwers and we're gonna kill
What's something you're actually scared of? Anything?
Drowning.
Drowning? That's not an object.
Okay, spider then. I will do that. Okay. 185 spiders walk into a bar, and the bartender says, oh shit, there's spiders. And he says, I'm sorry, but you don't need to be here. I'm really, really scared of you. And the spider's like, you got arachnophobia. Arachnophobia, he's scared of the spider. He's like, arachnophobia?
185 spiders walk into a bar, and the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve spiders here, especially this many. And the spiders say, oh man, why not? And he's like, because we can't show that much leg.
185 spiders walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve spiders here. Spiders are about to walk out the door, and then David Arquette shoots them in the face.
185 spiders walk into a bar. The bartender says, hey, we don't serve spiders. And the spiders are like, why not? And they're like, and the bartender says, because you're already seeing 8s.
185 spiders walk into a bar, and the bartender says, with a very smug look on his face, we don't serve spiders here. And the spiders say, why not? The bartender says, because this is a raid!
185 spiders walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve spiders. And one of them says, oh, come on, I'm Spider, man.
$185 spiders walk into a bar with 7 guns each. They steal all of his money and run away. They come back 2 weeks later. This time without the firearms. They go, bartender, give us a drink. And he goes, wait, guys, last time you had guns. They're like, it's okay, we sold them all on the web.